Hello, I'm Madan Gopal Prabhakar. Today we are going to analyze the leadership style and ethical dilemma faced by the leaders in ExxonMobil. So let me introduce my teammates to you. Chen Kui, Xiaoyo, Chioyo, Jiaying Li. So these are our contents of our presentation. So I will be introducing the presentation, ethical dilemma, leadership style, rational for approach, decision and impact, conclusion and recommendation will be given by my teammates. So coming to the introduction, the ExxonMobil was founded in 1999 in USA. It is a comprehensive type of company and it has business over 21 countries and regions, and it has employed over 72,000 employees. It has one of the world's largest publicly traded oil and petrochemical companies, and it has profit of 16.6 billion per year. And the CEO of ExxonMobil is Darren Woods, originally from Kansas, USA. In 1992, he joined the ExxonMobil as the planning analyst. In 2014, he was appointed as the vice president of the ExxonMobil Corporation. After working in ExxonMobil for 24 years, he was appointed as the CEO of the company. So, coming to ethical dilemma, the ethical dilemma is the problem faced by an organization while making a decision. So it contains three elements. The first is that the leader has to make the decisions apart from the choices. So the second element is that the leader has many solutions, and the third factor is that there is no perfect solution, because every decision making solution will not meet the ethical standards and value of some people. Next part, my partner will analyze the ethical dilemma of the company. Thank you.
Thanks to my partner to define ethical dilemma, then comes the part of company's ethical dilemma. The ethical dilemma facing ExxonMobil's leader is whether to continue to exploit it in accordance with Guyana's laws. Guyana is a low-income country, yet it is very rich in oil and gas resources. As a result, there are fewer legal restrictions on the exploitation of oil and gas. In order to increase the country's revenue and promote its development, the low legal restrictions have led ExxonMobil to reduce the oversight necessary to increase its revenue. There are many practices in the exploitation process that are not permitted under United States law, but are permitted in Guyana. Firstly, ExxonMobil failed to ensure the safety of employees in the Guyana offshore exploitation projects. Secondly, the exploitation in Guyana caused significant environmental pollution, with combustion emitting nearly 770,000 metric tons of greenhouse gases in the first 15 months of production alone. Greenhouse gas emissions and of its magnitude are punishable in the United States. In addition, ExxonMobil intends to course-correct 9,500 in response to the oil spill, a chemical dispersant that is banned in the UK and poses a serious risk to humans and the environment. Finally, there is ExxonMobil's lack of contingency measures for the Guyana's project, such as inadequate supply of tools needed to stop blowouts and oil spill, which is capping chimneys and drainage wells. All of these actions will within the limits of Guyana's laws and threaten employees, the environment, and the country, but they allowed ExxonMobil to significantly reduce costs and increase the benefits of extractions. Next part, my partner will introduce the leadership.
Thank you, Chen. Now coming to the leadership style parts. Talking about leadership, we all know leadership plays a crucial role in effective management of any business. The key concept of leadership lies in its persuading power on human resources, organization source of competitive advantage, and the performance outcomes. This is the reason why leadership styles are analyzed, as they have a great impact on employee performance and overall productivity of the organization. Let me give a basic definition of leadership. So it is nothing but a mix of different traits and behavior the leader or manager used to engage with their subordinates or employees in an organization to achieve a common goal. So it's a way of motivating or binding everyone for together for a greater purpose. As Harris said, it is a type of relationship built by individual among the workforce to in order to motivate people to meet a common goal. The leadership can be explained easily by showing in this table. So some of the leadership skills are innate and some are learnable and can be learnt over time and improved over time. So my friend Jen Kui will be explaining more about the transformational leadership styles. Thank you.
Thanks for Madan Gopal to define the leadership. Now turn to my part. My name is Zhen Cui, and I will be covering the topic of leadership styles. I will mainly talk about the leadership style of the CEO of the ExxonMobil company. Different leaders use several different leadership methods. Some of the most commonly used leadership methods include transformational leadership, transactional leadership, and so on. There are also many leadership theories, such as situational leadership and so on. I will discuss two leadership styles, transactional and transformational, to define Mr. Darwin Wu's leadership style. Transformational leadership style. Transformational leadership is more inclined to motivate and encourage employees, and it focuses on solving problems before they appear. Finally, transformational leadership has high moral standards. Transactional leadership style. Next, transactional leadership style business perform based on only two key factors, incentive policies and exceptional management, and they value hierarchy and accountability within the organization. In contrast to transformational leaders, they react to problems as they occur. Darwin Wu's leadership style. Through analysis, Darwin Wu's leadership style is transactional. According to the literature, it is obvious that he wants to complete the work in any way. In several interviews, he was confident that no matter the company must move forward. This is good to some extent because he is a determined leader, but the way to achieve this goal has become a problem. Employees are encouraged to express his idea freely while maintaining respect for each other's opinion when they believe that Wu's decision on any business issues is unfavorable to them. Mr. Darwin joined the company as CEO in 2017 and announced many expansion plans. His ambitions, advantages, and sticks to his idea anyway. Let's look at the impact of his leadership style. Miscommunication for action interest. In 2021, Mr. Darwin Wu was accused of lying about without holding information over global warming, action MAG, environmental enemy, inability to manage company strategy age, poor governance issues with lashback from the investors as he sanctioned high cost, low return investment leading to the worst financial performance in 35 years. Higher employer dissatisfaction. This data is taken from the detailed report on how ExxonMobil can be improved, and the figures are from the survey by Glassdoor, which shows only 32% of ExxonMobil employees view the CEO positively and only 20% see a positive business outlook. All these consequences point out to one thing. Darwin's leadership style is not going in favor of the company. Situational leadership style analysis. Situational theory is a strategy to specify leadership style for a specific situation according to a variety of factors. Situational leadership theory is divided in 4 different leadership styles: supporting, coaching, delegating, and directing. Darwin's behavior is analyzed based on situational leadership theory, as method mentioned in any article in the New York Times. ExxonMobil's leadership style is often called God pod, which means that their leadership is directing style, and they can deliver and comment and they want to without any responsibility. Their leadership focuses on solving variety situational and achieving success in market competition, so it is more instruction than support. Such control and hard management is not feasible and will only lead to the decline of the company's performance. Next part is Shi Yao. She will introduce rationale for approach.
Thanks for my partner to analyze the leadership style. Now come to a rationale for approach. According to the more ethical dilemma faced by leaders, there are two solutions. The first option is made by the transaction leadership style, which is to continue to extract crude oil according to the laws and the procedure of the host country. This will bring two good impacts to the enterprises. Firstly, the cost has decreased and the mining volume has increased. Its cost per barrel of oil is $5 to $10 lower than the global average. This makes the competitive advantage of the enterprises more obvious and increase its market share. The disadvantage is that it will cause environment pollution and damage the image of the enterprise. The second option is made by the transformation leadership style, which focus on home country laws and procedures. This will have two advantages. One is to create a good corporate image in the world, and the other is to minimize the pollution of oil exploitation in the region. There are also two disadvantages. The exploitation cost of crude oil has increased, and the income has decreased, which leading to the weakening of the competitive advantage. In the next section, my partner will describe the decisions and the influences of the leaders.
Thanks for Shi Yao to introduce rationale for approach. Now turn to my part. I will introduce the decision and impact. Based on the above choices, the enterprises choose the first solution. For the unreasonable exploitations planned on the coast of Guyana, ExxonMobil claims that the company abides by Guyana's laws, carries out exploitations according to the strict procedures, and obtains environmental authorizations for offshore oil exploitation projects. Secondly, ExxonMobil CEO Darren Wood said in a news interview that their work is a long-term mutually beneficial relationship with the Guyana government. The development of new projects in Guyana has brought local economic development and created employment opportunities for local workers. Third, in the face of any risk for oil leakage, the company has developed mitigation measures and processes to quickly and comprehensively mitigate and solve it. The company cooperates with the Environmental Protection Agency and their joint venture, has relevant guarantees, and promises to pay all legal expenses in case of oil spill. Finally, ExxonMobil attaches great importance to employee safety, instills safety value and guidance into employees, and make employees have relevant safety awareness and abide by safety procedures. By analyzing ExxonMobil's leadership behavior, we know that he is a utilitarianism. ExxonMobil new projects in the country can increase ExxonMobil's oil productions. For Guyana, it helps local economic growth and increase employment opportunities. However, it has an impact on the local and the global environment, such as the increase of carbon emissions, global warming, and marine pollution. Next, I will introduce the impact of leaders' behavior on the company. The impact on the company can be divided into internal and external impacts. Internal impact on the enterprises. First of all, according to the statistics chart, we find that the company's daily crude oil production in the country is huge, and the oil exploitation cost in the area is low, which increases the company's profit. Secondly, for the company's employees, the leaders' behavior will affect them because the company is an international enterprise, and the employees come from different countries. The employees will follow the leaders' behavior and use their own national code of ethics to act, resulting in some bad consequences. For the external impact of the enterprises, first of all, in front of the public, the company's image is damaged because it does great harm to the global environment. Secondly, the attention of the media has increased, and the state has strengthened the social supervision of the enterprises. Finally, due to the carbon emissions brought by oil exploitation, the environmental pressure is increasing, which makes the development of the industry limited by the world environmental protection agencies. Okay, next part is Jiaying Li. She will summary and offer suggestions.
Thanks to your final analysis on decision-making and impact, then I will conclude and offer advice to Action Mobile in the face of ethical dilemmas and give a few suggestions to improve Darren Woo's leadership. Firstly, there is the ethical dilemmas that Action Mobile is currently facing. Better protection of the environment or more profit. The oil and gas industry support the job of millions of Americans, provides lower energy costs for consumers. Action Mobile as an oil company, its exploration of oil is largely a mandatory benefit for the company. But at the same time, the global climate is getting worse with the burning of fossil fuels. In short, the dilemma is generating income to develop the company or even the country, and the environmental problems associated with oil and gas activities. Second, based on the above analysis, it can be seen that the leadership of Darren Woods is transaction and he is a utilitarian. This indicates a strong emphasis on performance and a high degree of control. As a result, his style influences the decision he makes when faced with a dilemma, preferring to bring a high profit to the company, but look down on the harm caused to the environment. Next is recommendation, which have 3 suggestions for what Action Mobile should do when faced with such an ethical dilemma. First, Action Mobile should improve energy efficiency in oil and gas. This means using less energy to do the same tasks, that is, eliminating energy waste. Energy efficiency reduces greenhouse gas emissions to a certain extent and reduces pollution of the environment, while at the same time reducing costs for the company on an economic level and ensuring stability in the profit it makes. Second, engage in more international collaboration to develop carbon capture and storage technologies for oil and gas, and develop scalable technical solutions such as energy-efficient process technologies that are critical to addressing climate change risk. Efficient cooperation not only gives companies an effective process for managing professional intellectual property, but also advance the development of emergency energy technologies, solve the world's energy problems, and create economic value. Thirdly, there is a need for enthusiasm and patience when solving sustainability issues. The environmental impact of the oil industry requires a long-term study to reduce the impact step by step. So, Action Mobile needs to be able to stay calm and focus on the research. As for improving Darren Woo's leadership style, there are 5 points. Firstly, effective listening. Communication plays a vital role in achieving organizational goals. So, Darren Woods needs to seek first to understand employee and then to be understood. It is a two-way process. Next, tell the truth instead of concealing. Honest quality is a key part of leadership, requiring leaders to be compassionate to tell the truth, which can better gain trust for employee and lay a solid foundation for employee management. Furthermore, loving and respecting employee means recognizing their value to the company, which may then love and the organization they work for and strengthens unity within the company. Fourth, to be proactive and brave. A leader must be suitably capable of action, unafraid of risk, and courageous in order to achieve success, not just ambitious ideas but in action. Finally, being more transformational. This means giving employees more autonomy rather than being forced to realize the importance of their responsibilities, which could make them more willing to comply with you, so that they can unlock their potential to achieve the highest levels of performance and create greater benefit for the company. Okay, that's all of our presentation. Thank you for your listening.